Hey guys, it's Rebecca Elijah, but you family, so you can call me Becky. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a great day, a great week, a happy new month. I know it's the beginning of July, and I hope amazing things happen for you. I kind of just want to jump right into this topic, okay? Let's get into it. You know what it is. So with the current state of the world, everyone is going through a lot, okay? There's a lot of emotions, there's a lot of hurt, there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of pain out there, okay? There's a lot of opinions, there's a lot of facts, there's a lot of information that is going around, a lot of things that aren't correct, a lot of things that are correct, and a lot of people who feel justified by the experiences that they've had, okay? One common theme that I've been noticing in social media, on the news, even listening to different churches, is that there's a lack of compassion going around, okay? There's so much happening in this world right now that it's very crucial for people to act with compassion. And I noticed that some of y'all don't know how to talk, and it's like it's apparent, and it's actually working against you. So today I want to talk to you guys about the importance of compassion and why it is necessary, especially in this time. So the first question you need to ask yourself, what is compassion? Compassion is the ability for you to empathize or sympathize with a person depending on what they've experienced and what they've gone through, okay? And compassion is necessary because when you go through things, you would want people to reciprocate that same action of compassion in order for you to feel like you're heard or you're understood. Compassion has been misconstrued in so many ways. I want to say this, and I need y'all to hear me. Compassion is not weakness, okay? Compassion is not weakness, and compassion does not make you passive. A lot of people think, okay, well, if I have compassion for them, I'm not getting my point across. Who said? Who said? Just because you sympathize and you empathize with a person, you're able to understand where they're coming from and why they did what they did. It does not mean that you are laying down your guards in order for them to think that you're wrong. It means that you understand how they feel. It's like, man, I see you, I hear you, I know why you reacted like that, but that's not it. Let's work together to find the actual solution. You see what I'm saying? That's what compassion does, because in order for you to actually have a conversation with a person who's been in pain, who has been hurt, who has been betrayed by life, they want to feel like they're understood. They want you to be able to say, man, I'm sorry that happened to you. I see where you're coming from, and I know how that affected you, but let's try to think of a more positive way to get the solution that you're looking for. You know, a lot of people are sharing their voice. It's good. Like I said in my last video, it's important for everyone to speak up now and voice. Use your voice to speak what is right. Use your voice to speak what you're passionate about. Use your voice to speak what you feel convicted about. But a lot of people are using that conviction and trying to issue that conviction on other people. But when you're trying to make other people feel convicted, you're actually making them feel condemned. Condemnation is not equivalent to conviction. It's corruption. It's corruption. Stop corrupting the purpose of your word with hostility. A lot of people are also just looking for ways to start arguments. That's not it. It's like you're trying to provoke people. Stop trying to provoke people if you don't have a solution in mind. Stop trying to provoke people if you don't want to help them out. There's so much happening right now. The world is really tense, but a lot of the situations that we're seeing with a lot of the different arguments could literally be ended just by showing compassion. And there's also a lot of people who have never experienced compassion in their life. Never. There's some people, and trust me, I know it's hard. It's difficult when you're messing with someone who's super stubborn and they don't want to see the error of their ways because they're so blinded by anger. They're so blinded by what they think is right, okay? But sometimes you have to be the bigger person. As annoying as it is, as frustrating as it is, what is acting out the way you're acting out getting you? What results are you seeing? Some people act the way that they do because they've never experienced compassion in their life. They've never had someone to be there. Okay, it's like this. Let me give you a scenario. When you love someone, you listen to their experiences and you feel it. Even if it doesn't line up with your personal experience, you still feel it because you're like, dang, like you went through that. I want to make sure that that never happens to you again. Even if the experiences that they had and their response to their experiences is why they justify the actions that they have now or the way they react now. You still want to protect them with every fiber of your being because you're like, no, this is my person. I love them. You are ready to go to war. You're ready to go to hell and back for them because even though you know the way they are thinking or the way they are processing things is wrong, you have the compassion, the empathy, and the sympathy to relate to them, and you're moved by who they are. Also, there's a part of you that knows that it's mutual. You're confident in the way that you love because you were able to receive that love in some point and place in your life. There's some people out there who have never received compassion, who have never received love, so they don't know how to give love. They don't know how to be compassionate. But if you know how to share compassion and you know how to be compassionate, what are you doing? You have the opportunity to change a person's experience because of what you've already experienced in your life. There's some people who've never experienced that. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine you going through something in your life and never having anyone to back you, never having anyone to defend you, never having anyone to see your point of view, and then they expect you to be happy, they expect you to not react or to act out or to knuck and buck or get upset. No, they need to be shown love. And if you've ever experienced that, it's your responsibility to show that. It's your responsibility to be a bigger person because you've been graced, you've been blessed with that opportunity to have that experience. I want you to think of a moment and think of a time in your life where you went through something and someone came and they understood you and they related to you and they empathized with you, they prayed with you, they cried with you, they were there in your darkest moments, even when everyone expected you to act out, even when everyone expected you to do the opposite of it, even when you at the time, you're like, dang, like, my mind was messed up then. Like, I wasn't thinking the way I was supposed to. I did not view the situation the way I was supposed to. This person came into my life and they like helped me during a rough spot in my life. They helped me to see things clearly. You don't see things clearly by yelling at another person. You don't see things clearly by trying to shove your own ideas down their throat. That is not what opens people's eyes. That will literally push them further into a corner. You don't help people see clearly by calling them foolish or stupid or saying that you're wrong. The way you're thinking is 100% incorrect. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. That is not how you get to people. That's not it. What if someone did that to you during that time, during your experience, during a rough patch in your life? Do you think you would have been the person that you are now? And if that didn't work for you, why do you think that's going to work for them? Stop that. You have the opportunity to change someone's life by introducing compassion into their life. You can never go wrong with being kind. Kindness does not mean that you're passive. Kindness does not mean that you're weak. I don't know where people get this idea that being kind and being compassionate means that you're weak or means that your idea isn't getting across. Let me tell you how intricate and how powerful compassion really is, okay? So let me tell you this. It does not matter who uses compassion. It could be used in the wrong hands and that person will get what they want. It could be used in the right hands and that person can get what they want. So good or evil, right or wrong, whoever uses compassion and kindness is able to manipulate a person into seeing what they want them to see and into believing what they want them to believe because they feel like they're heard. It feels good, okay? So let's paint this scenario. Person A is responsible for every single bad thing that's happening to a collective group of people's lives, and you know it. You've seen everything that they've done behind the scenes. You've been able to do the research. You know exactly what they're doing. And you are person B, okay? So person B sees what person A is doing, and the group of people don't know. The group of people don't know at all what's happening. But person A, even though he's the one responsible for all of this, they come with compassion and kindness. They make you feel like you're heard. They make them feel like they're understood. They sympathize with them. They say, oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you, even though they're the one causing it. And person B comes in and says, you're so dumb. You're stupid if you can't see this. You mad foolish. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Can you not see what's happening to you? Can you not see that this person is a cause? Y'all siding with the wrong thing? Fine. If you want to believe that, go ahead and believe that and let it be. Of course, that group of collected people are going to listen to person A, who's actually responsible for it, even though they don't know. Because that person showed them kindness and showed them compassion. And because they're using compassion and kindness, they're able to further manipulate them. Don't let compassion be your downfall. Don't let compassion be weakness in your hands. When compassion is supposed to be a superpower and your strength, it's supposed to be that thing that you use to actually pull people in. If you were to go to that collective group and say, hey, man, I know what you're going through and I know it hurts. I just want to let me help. Can I just give you a food for thought? Let me help you see this in a different perspective. How did this happen to you? And they explain how they're feeling. They explain what they went through, but you're able to be confident and compassionate in your response and the way you give it to them. They're going to put their guards down and will be more likely to listen to you than if you're yelling at them. Even if these people are yelling, it's because they're hurt. They're enraged. If you have the sound mind, if you're the one walking with peace, why are you gonna go and fight fire with fire, thinking that, okay, since you want to knuck and buck with fire, I'm gonna knuck and buck with fire too? Fire has never put fire out. Y'all coming with a can of fire thinking okay, if this is what we're gonna bring to the party, let me bring it to the party, when you should be bringing water to diminish the fire, to diminish the explosion in order for them to be heard, in order for your words to be heard. There's so many people who are not handling this the correct way. Oh my God, I'm just gonna say a couple things right now. A lot of people need to be careful with their words. A lot of people need to be careful with their words. You can be right and still be wrong if it's not presented properly. You will be held accountable because of how you presented the information. 100%. It doesn't matter if the information that is coming out of your mouth is 100% facts, if it's true, okay? But if you are saying that truth in the wrong way, in the eyes of the world and in the eyes of God, in some cases, it will be still wrong. I've been seeing a common theme in a lot of churches. I've watched so many different churches just to see how people are handling this, looking for a word that will that I can guide people to. You know what I'm saying? When people are asking hey, what you want, what you listening to, who can tell me what's going on? And it's sad what I'm seeing. It really is. And let's say it like this, because you could have a bomb. So many people are trying to defuse the bomb, but they're actually detonating the bomb because they didn't do it properly. They didn't do it with compassion. They didn't do it with care. How you gonna literally, because you're supposed to pull that red wire, you know that what you need to do is pull the red wire. Let me know. What movie have you ever seen that a person approaches a bomb knowing, okay, it's the red wire, and they just pull it? If you just pull it, you might accidentally yank something, you might actually accidentally bump into something else, and the whole entire place is gonna explode, even though you knew what wire to cut. Some of you guys are out here trying to defuse bombs, but you're actually detonating them because you didn't do it the correct way. You could have the right words, but if you say it the wrong way, it is still wrong. The bomb is still gonna go off. You need to be kind. Enough is enough. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. I'm speaking to for the people who know better. If you know better, do better. If you know better, do better. There's so many issues. So many people are hurting right now. I've seen so many situations where it's like people are going through so much. You know, they've experienced so much because of what they've been through. But just because that's not your experience, I've also seen people say, like, I don't care what you go through. I don't care that that happened to you because that's not happening everywhere else. It does not excuse the fact that that was that group of people's experiences. Okay? It doesn't. It doesn't. If you say that you're for change, be for change in every way. Be for change across the board and speak it. Speak like you're for everyone. Speak like you want to see the world heal. Speak like you want to see that situation changed. I see a lot of people being very rash and quick to speak, but slow to understand. And this is one thing I had to learn. You could grow up in an atmosphere that is so great and conducive to you. I grew up around an atmosphere where it felt like I didn't have that many problems. I didn't experience that much hate, especially in this climate right now when it comes to racism. You know, I've experienced a few situations, but it was never to the magnitude of what other people experience. I had white friends, I have black friends, I have Hispanic friends, I have friends literally of all colors, all races, all backgrounds, you know? And I grew up feeling like, okay, yeah, this is how it is everywhere else. It wasn't until I went to college, heard other people's stories. It wasn't until I became a mental health practitioner in the works, like I'm studying it. It wasn't until I heard other people's experiences that I realized that my experience does not mean that everyone else is having that same experience. Some of us have been so blessed to be in this safe bubble that we are in or that we grew up in, and because of that, that's how we see the world. But we have to remove ourselves from from our bubble to understand that other people are going through stuff, and that is their experience. That is their experience. Be kind. You don't know how it affected them. Don't speak about your experience but deny the person's experience next to you. It's just rude. A lot of people lack empathy and sympathy. And to counter this, a lot of people have been speaking up out of their own personal experiences. But they don't want to see other people's experiences beyond their own. There will never be change unless we are able to see experiences beyond our own. And once you're able to actually put your guard down to be able to understand and to see where other people are coming from and to have compassion, you're able to find a solution that will actually work for society as a whole, for the body of God, the body of Christ as a whole, for people as a whole. Lower your glasses and pick up someone else's for a second just to take a look and see what they see. So you know how to pray for them. So you know how to help them. You know how to talk to them. You know how to say, ooh, okay, I can see why you thought that, but let me show you the right way. So many people are speaking and acting out without understanding why other people are hurt. Stop that. If you don't know how to speak up properly, don't speak. You're only doing more harm. Because if you're speaking down on someone else, you're missing the point. And if you're speaking down on someone else, that means you never knew how to speak up. I understand that there's a lot of people that are very passionate about their cause. They're very passionate about what they believe. They're very passionate about what they know to be right. But if you have passion without compassion, you're just gonna get a reaction. Whereas if you have compassion with passion, then you're gonna get an action, okay? Reaction is how people respond to the way you say things. Action is actually seeing movement in the way that you want to see the movement. So make sure that when you speak with passion, you use compassion too, so you can get action instead of a reaction, and a negative reaction at that. Don't deny yourself of your audience, okay? Because you can deny yourself of the audience that you're trying to get and the things that you're supposed to have because of the way you present it. Don't deny yourself of your audience. Don't deny yourself of the things that you're supposed to have, whether it's business partners, whether it's relationships, whether it's finances, whether it's just elevation and promotion in any way and in any area of your life. Don't deny yourself of that because you're speaking saucy out of your mouth. Don't do that. Love produces power and love changes people. Speak with love. Speak with compassion. Speak with sympathy. Speak mostly with empathy, okay? And I promise you, the outcome will be so much better than you coming to a person with hostility, okay? The only way to get the wall down is to invite love into the situation. It's not weakness. When you actually have the education, when you actually know what you're talking about, when you actually know that you're right, and you lead it with compassion, and you lead it with love, and you back it up with wisdom, there's no way that you speak and it won't be heard. If you want to be heard, speak correctly. Compassion is key. Okay, I feel better. I feel like I kind of went on a rant, but my spirit was just kind of hot, okay? Like I had to get that out. But I love you guys. You guys are awesome, always. You guys are amazing. I pray that you have a blessed day. I pray that you see the change that you want to see. And yeah, change will come, but let the change start with you, okay? Have a good day, guys. Love you.